Henry Louis Gates Jr. returns to PBS with Finding Your Roots. As part of the national outreach campaign for the series, WXXI is proud to present the story of Rochester native Marlene Capes-Bettine and her journey to find her family history.
Family's always meant a lot to me, and tradition. And then I started thinking about how my dad had been doing it. My dad has done genealogy for about 40 years. And I grew up as a kid, always knowing certain nights of the week my dad would go off to do research. We started out with this family tree my husband had done in probably 9th grade, and we had a few names, grandparents, great-grandparents, and started asking them questions. And then we take that and we go to the library.
We have a lot of resources here at the Central Library that are of value to genealogists. Everything from published family histories, research people have already done to trace their ancestors. We've got a lot of primary sources that are of value, census records, city and suburban directories that can help people find where their ancestors were living at various points in time.
Type in your ancestor's name there. We'll see what we might be able to find today. Here's John Bettine, his father-in-law.
The library also offers subscriptions to several genealogy databases. Ancestry.com is, of course, one of the most popular ones. Patrons have to come into the library to access that, but once you're into the database, you have access to census records and all sorts of governmental records, public records about people's lives that people can access here.
When you identify this year of when he came, then that opens up a lot of records.
The benefit to having RGS here in the building and partnering with us is that they really have the time to dedicate to helping someone with their family search. They're very knowledgeable. You know, most of them have been through this process themselves. They know the roadblocks that you can encounter, and they've found ways to navigate around them.
When I felt like I had looked through enough city directories and I needed somewhere else to go, I remember coming and saying, I'm stuck with this one family line. What do I do? Where do I go? I can't seem to figure it out. And having them sit down with me and actually suggest, have you considered these possibilities? And actually having someone walk me through a shelf and say, well, let's pull out these books. These might have some surprises in them for you. And I remember standing by the front window and look at this binder, and I noticed it has a date on there. I think it said Death Index 1865, and I thought, oh, there's a great-grandfather that passed away that year, and I can't figure out when he died, why he died. Did he die in the Civil War? I was imagining, kind of romanticizing, I guess, how he might have died, and I'll just look at this before I leave. I just have one more minute. And I paged through, and there he is. And no, he didn't pass away in the Civil War, but he still passed away really young and left behind a widow and 2 small children. And I thought, oh, you know, if I hadn't taken that 1 second just to look at it, my curiosity got me, I wouldn't have found that. I don't know, I might have found that 5 years later. I don't know when I would have found it, but it was one of those moments when you come across something, it happens to be there. And that was really exciting because I thought I could have been looking for him forever, and I found him just on a whim. If you like mysteries and you like history and you like doing jigsaw puzzles, this is kind of like that. And I visualize these people, these names, their stories, where they lived, the streets, and their connection with each other.